I'm Kaylee Bender of KB's Creations on behalf of resinobsession.com, and we're going to compare different white pigments in a resin painting. Here are the supplies that I used, and then a picture of the resin and the colors I used, and here are the white pigments that I used. The first is the Rust-Oleum flat white spray paint. I sprayed 2 sprays of the spray paint into my mixed resin to make it white, and then stirred it in well. You want to make sure you shake the can of spray paint very well before you use it, of course. And you're going to torch to release bubbles and make the resin more fluid. And you want to make sure you're working in a well ventilated area or that you are wearing a respirator with organic vapor cartridges. Here is my first attempt with Illumilite, and you need to follow the instructions on the bottle for it. I didn't like it because I let the colored resin underneath cure too much before I put the white on there, so it was too runny on top. Here's where I tried it again, and I worked much faster and didn't wait so long to put the white resin on top of the colored resin. So I liked this attempt much more. I just tried swiping the white because I had not tried a swipe with resin before, and I was happy with it. And make sure you're wearing nitrile gloves because they are chemical resistant. So next I did 3 at one time. I used Golden Fluid Acrylic white, Resin Obsession white pigment, and Cast and Craft white pigment. And for the Golden Fluid Acrylic, I added about 5 or 6 drops to, I think, maybe 2 ounces of resin. And for the Cast and Craft and the Resin Obsession pigment, you need to follow the instructions on the bottles. But in general, it was a couple drops for each kind. You don't need much, especially of the Resin Obsession and Cast and Craft pigment. A little goes a long way. And I was surprised to find that I normally use Golden Fluid Acrylic white for my white in resin paintings, but it actually gave me the least cells and lacing, so I will not be using that anymore. So I found the more you torch, usually the more effects you'll get, but do make sure you're working in a ventilated area or wearing a respirator. And also tilting your painting back and forth helps get effects also. So next I'm going to show some pictures of the final results when they were cured. The Rust-Oleum, the Illumilite attempt number 1, and here's Illumilite attempt number 2, Golden Fluid Acrylics, Resin Obsession pigment, and then Cast and Craft. And here's a video of all of them side by side. My favorites were Resin Obsession pigment, this stuff right here, the Illumilite, and probably the spray paint. I also liked the Cast and Craft, but the Golden Fluid Acrylic, I was surprised to find out that I didn't really like the results all that much. So I hope this was helpful to you, and here's where you can check me out online, and I'll see you soon. Bye.